are these two?
Jungle, Carol, I don't know. Bunny, Kitty.
I'm Alex.
And I'm Margot. And we bought this property in 2012. Sugar House Creamery. We met in college, and I had grown up on a dairy farm in central New York, 5th generation dairy farm, so kind of a lot of like family lore and history around dairy farming built into my childhood. I've been farming, working for a dairy farm in Vermont that farmed about 250 acres and milked goats. And we'd spent about 4.5 years there straight out of college. Our experience in Vermont taught us that we didn't want to be making a product and then having to do this weekly push to move it down in the city. And we weren't interested in that at all. We really wanted to make products and sell them in the region where we eat them.
And the scale of this farm being 22 acres is perfect for kind of feeling like certainly that we have an idea of what's going on with the entire business. It wasn't so big that we couldn't understand what was happening in the creamery and on pasture and with sales, and like it was just such a manageable scale for us. Having 12 cows is such a perfect size for us.
So most of our sales are done through our farm store, which is right here on the farm, and then at farmers markets right here in the region. So Key Valley and in Saranac Lake. And then we do have a handful of restaurant and wholesale accounts here in the region and a few outside of the region, but our primary marketing is just right here, which feels good. So the Dutch knuckle we consider to be our signature cheese, and it comes from an Alpine style cheese recipe. And the idea behind that cheese historically is that making it takes a really short amount of time and not a lot of like upfront labor in that moment, and then you can kind of just tuck it away at a cave and age it for a long period of time. So this is the final step of the ladling process of just chickens, and making them as uniform in size as possible. So these will continue draining for a full day in their molds. I think this is a very satisfying setup of cheese when it's finished. Like the drain table is full. It's like 150 little cheeses. And they look tasty already. This is our method of getting them to go on. And then Harry gets to take a bath. We really started to emphasize quality of life much more than we did in the beginning. And in the beginning it was the startup years, and it just felt like we had to hustle to get this off the ground. But now that it's established, now that we have like our markets established, it feels like that quality of life piece just keeps like pulling higher on the priority list. Yeah, it feels good to be at that point. Oh, there's a Dara.
Come on.
Is that helping?
It's helping.